Rosa Parks. Along with MLK Jr., she was a pioneer for the civil rights movement. For those of you who don't know Rosa Parks, she was a normal person just like you and me. She had a normal job, but the thing she faced that we don't today is segregation. At the time, racism was strong in the country. Segregation, such as in this photo here, is simple. You're separated from a separate race. Segregation can cause all types of problems and can eventually breed a line of hatred between races. Rosa Parks' story is simple. One day while riding home the bus, she was told by the bus driver that she had to stand for a white man along with 3 other people, even though she was in her designated area. Rosa Parks refused. She was not physically tired, she was mentally tired of the hatred her country was putting her through. The police were soon called and she was arrested. Months later, she was convicted of the crime, but even though there was no crime. Outrage poured out of the country and the Montgomery bus boycott happened, sparking thousands of voices for their voice to be heard. Much like Martin Luther King Jr., she was a person that was tired of civil unrest and unfair inequality. I know this sounds cliche, but actions do speak louder than words. And remember, to speak kindly to each other and always treat each other fairly.
What would be your favorite part of your job in the office?
I would say my favorite part of the job is just getting to deal with the kids, and then my favorite part of all is my binder. I get to run data and figure out when you guys come to school and all the information I need to help get the school their money for the year, and so it gets to go in this binder, and it's my favorite thing to do.
Sweet, thank you.
No
What
problem.
would be your favorite part of your job?
Favorite part of my job would be helping students. And I find it so rewarding that they're able to come and trust me with things, and then I can work with them to come up with a solution and to just make their life a lot easier and more manageable.
Thank you. What's stuff that's going on in the office lately?
Well, right now I'm working on getting together the student of the week. So I get teachers' nominations, and then I put it all together, and we all come together and we vote for which student deserves the nomination, student of the week.
How's it being a new principal?
I love being the new principal. It's a little hectic because of COVID, but we have such great students here. I'm really enjoying to get to know the students, and we have a great faculty. I'm really excited about the future of Curtis-Inge. I love being here. I love being the new principal.
I'm Kayla Johnson, and the camera lady is Hunter Durham. Today we're going to be interviewing Ms. Beckman's Tech Ed / STEM class.
Hi, Ms. Beckman.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. What do you like about this class?
This class, Tech Ed. You just opened a can of worms. So my favorite thing about Tech Ed is that I don't have to create curriculum, because once you guys, as students, figure out all the tools that are available to you, you just start making stuff and learning how to use it, and that's how it's supposed to be, right? Because we love to learn things through discovery instead of having people tell us what to do. So everybody seems to be having a good time.
So what's the hardest thing about this class to you?
Motivating kids to be creative.
What test do you think is the hardest?
Hazardous communication.
Positive communication?
Yeah, because students don't really have any experience with chemicals. I mean, yeah, you're used to cleaning the house with chemicals, but you're not used to actually like what dangers, what would happen if somebody used that inappropriately, like got it in their eye or
Drank it.
Yeah.
What's the hardest thing about this class? Required to make 100 on the safety exams. Why did you pick this class? Well, I wanted to build things and use my brain. I kind of wanted to leave at first, but now I kind of like it since I got a 100 on all of them.
That's good.
Yeah. He was gonna do a schedule change.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I don't regret
We
it.
fixed that.
Wait, I do regret it. I meant
Wait.
choice of words.
Wow. Okay, out here.
I really like this class though. So.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun.
How long did it take you to do all this?
Well, on the second test it took me 13, and the fourth test it took me once on the pre-quiz, and I didn't use the slides at all. Only on the first one I used the slides. So that's probably why it took me long. So I would have saved a lot more time if I did the slides. It took that time.
Hi, Andrew. So, what's the struggle in this class, like, of the tests?
Probably protective using PPE.
What's the hardest part about this class?
Patience.
Patience.
Because if you don't have patience, you won't get it done fast enough.
And why did you choose this?
Because I wanted to build stuff.
What do you like about this class?
I like how it's not really loud half the time, so I can really concentrate and I can 3D print pretty much whatever I want.
Why did you pick this class?
Because I wanted to 3D print and make stickers just for no reason, just wanted to.
The main struggle was
The 3D printer because half the time it doesn't work.
All right, we're here talking to one of the cheer coaches. What's your name?
Macy Williams.
Okay. And what's your favorite thing about coaching cheer?
Just seeing the girls like improve. I did pom and cheer type things growing up, and just being able to see the pep and the spirit from them is like really awesome. So I just enjoy being around them. It's more like a family instead of just a team.
Yeah. Okay. So what is it like doing cheer during COVID?
It's had its challenges, definitely. Masks and everything. Cheer is a very contact sport, so we've had to make a lot of adjustments. But I'm really proud of my girls. They've come at it and they've been troopers with everything that's been thrown at them. So definitely challenging, but we're getting through it.
All right. How long have you been coaching?
This is my first year.
Oh.
Yeah.
Exciting. Thank you so much.
All right, guys, we're going to be talking to some cheerleaders. How long have you been in cheer?
I would say 6 years.
5 to 6 years, yeah.
What's your favorite thing about cheer?
I just really like how you can all work together to make something really great. Like stunting, you all have to work together, and there's a balance between the flyer and the back spot and the bases.
I like the bonds you make with like your friends and coaches. Like you can make really good friends on your teams and stuff.
What's the most challenging thing about cheer?
Tumbling.
I'd say probably just trying to go over it a lot and make it perfect just where you want it. It takes a bit of time. So.
All right, thank you so much.
If you are interested in signing up for cheer, just wait for sometime around March to roll around and you can start asking around for where those signups are and you can sign up for cheer. Come join the family.
So we're here at Clint Aikens and we would like to ask you, how do you like building bridges?
It was a fun experience and overall great.
What is your favorite part about this class?
Meeting new people and actually learning with others.
Okay. What do you think the most creative part about building bridges is?
Probably thinking about how to make it and what would be sturdier on it.
If you had free time at home, would you make these?
Kind of.
Have you made anything close to bridges before?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So I'd like to ask you a couple questions. How do you like building bridges?
Well, I like to build them because I feel like they can give you some like life skills and stuff. And if you can build a bridge, then you can probably build a lot of other things like with engineering.
Okay. What is your favorite part about this class?
I really like how he lets us work in groups because like we can all say ideas and we can make one big good project, and so we can work in groups.
What do you think the most creative part about building bridges is?
Well, like a lot of the time if they're not sturdy enough, they're gonna fall. So we have to get really creative on how like ways to like make it stand and everything. So you have to be constantly creative.
If you had free time at home, would you make these?
Yes, if I did, I probably would. It's a really fun thing to do, and like all you need is spaghetti noodles and marshmallows, so it's really easy to do also.
Okay, and have you made anything close to bridges before?
We have made like a tower, so we had to make it tall instead of long ways, so yeah, we made like a spaghetti noodle tower.
Okay, over here with James Jones, we would actually like to ask you a couple questions. How do you like building bridges?
They can be a little tricky, but they're overall fun.
Okay. What is your favorite part about this class?
Probably actually getting to build the things that we learn about.
What do you think the most creative part is?
Probably the part where you actually have to design and build.
Okay. If you had free time at home, would you make these? Okay. And have you made anything close to this before?
Once in 6th grade, but not after that.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, we would like to ask you a couple questions about Egypt. How is it doing a virtual tour this year?
Well, this is the very first time to do it virtually, but it was great since with COVID we can't travel. And so I think that the students really got to see it as close as possible, and that I can record it and share it with my virtual students. So it was the best that we could manage.
What is the favorite thing about the mummies and artifacts?
Ooh, I love showing the mummies and artifacts so that they get a real experience of history, because a lot of times it's just out the textbook and they really don't understand the detail of it and the mastery that these ancient Egyptians had to use in order to be able to do that.
How many years have you done this?
Oh my goodness. Okay, well this is my 20th year to teach. And so probably about 15 years I've been teaching about Egypt in my reading class, and probably the last maybe 8 to 10 years I've taken field trips on it. And I used to mummify like a chicken in class so that they could see the mummification process.
Okay. You were saying something about reading a novel. What novel did your class read?
We of course are reading the Egypt Game, like all 6th graders and Curtis Inge know this one, but that's what we're doing, and so I'm just trying to integrate interesting things with the novel.
Does any other class do this?
Normally not, but a couple of years ago Miss Mitchell and Mr. Clark had like an extension class that was doing ancient Egypt, and so some of their students got to go on a field trip with us. So we'll be able to share it with others.
Okay, thank you so much.
Did they mummify babies also?
Yes, they would. So they would mummify babies. It just depends on if the baby died naturally, but also they did mummify the babies if the woman was still pregnant. So the woman, if she died and she was still pregnant, they would mummify the baby as well and put the baby in with her. So they did do both. That's the second time I've heard that question, so very good. I had another school of students and asked, what did they do with the babies? So yes, they did mummify babies and mummify children. It just depends on if they passed away early on. So.
Anybody else have a question? Yes.
Do they use salt during mummification to absorb all the water?
Do they use salt?
They would. Yes, they actually use something called natron. It was a particular mineral that you could use, and they mixed it in with the frankincense, like I showed you earlier. They also use something called palm wine, and palm wine was used to wash the body for the little kids, so the priest would wipe the body down with that, and then they would coat it in the frankincense. So they also use something called natron, which is just like salt. And it's to help dry the body out. Of course, we live in Oklahoma. Oklahoma is very humid, so we really have to watch Tutu. She doesn't like the humidity, so if it starts to get too humid, we have a little dial in there that kind of alerts us if it's too hot and humid in here. Because in the desert in Egypt, it's very dry. It's so dry. It's like going to the southwest in Albuquerque or New Mexico. It's very dry weather, so it helps also preserve the body. So you have all these elements too that help with preserving the body. And of course, there's a lot of sand out there, so. Very good question.
Yes. How did you get the mummies?
How did we get the mummies? Okay, so our founder of the museum, his name is Father Gregory Guerrer. Well, Father Guerrer, he was really into art. He loved art so much, but when he founded the museum, about 60% of our collection, including what you saw today, was acquired or purchased by Father Guerrer for the museum.
What activities are your kids doing?
Right now we're doing basketball, we do flag football, we do archery, we do tennis, pickleball, we're going to do torchy ball, team handball. I try and introduce as many sports as possible into their life that they can do after school, long after they're out of school.
How do you assess the students?
Well, we all start at that we're all the same, and then throughout the year, if they improve, what they need help on, but just watching them, their growth and development in different activities.
What is your favorite sport to teach?
My favorite right now is archery. I love it.
How do you get grants for your classes?
I research, see who's offering grants. The USTA, United States Tennis Association, Archery, the National Hunting Association. There's different organizations that offer grants, and I apply for everything I can.
What is your favorite activity in PE?
Playing basketball.
This is Camden Strange, Student of the Week. Why do you think teachers chose you to be Student of the Week?
Probably because I am a hard worker. I try to make other people comfortable with their work, stuff like that.
What character traits make you successful at school?
Pushing myself really hard and studying at my own house.